Hello everyone, Phil Style here from 54 Squadron. So yesterday I posted recently I posted a short 2-minute video of a quick loading up of Star Citizen tutorial that generated a tiny fraction of back comment. A couple of people suggested that it might have been in poor form or something for me to do such a terrible thing as record my screen and then upload it to the internet. So one of the suggestions, of course, was that I shouldn't use the tutorial because the tutorial is badly bugged and it's not representative of Star Citizen. So I should actually go into the arena commander, I think they said, and that would present a better one of these, either drone sim or spectrum match, that would present a better example of how the game has developed in terms of at least being in the airplane. So I'm going to go to the spectrum. No, I'm going to go to the drone sim. Free flight. Explore without the need to kill. Okay. Now the purpose of this is for me to test my control setup. I'm not here to review the game. Let's just make that very clear. I'm just doing this to test my controls because I updated the software and I've got a Warthog, I've got a Track IR, and I've got pedals. So I've got quite a lot of hardware plugged in because I'm a flight simmer primarily. I come from flight simming background. Okay, now let's just talk about where my controls are at. I'm now going to use my left and right rudders. So left rudder, right rudder, and that's giving me the yaw. So that works. Now I'm going to pitch on my joystick. That's... oh, hello, that's interesting. The rate of pitch when I pull up versus the rate of pitch when I push down. Okay, so clearly this machine is better at pitching up than down. Interesting. And if I use the roll, my normal roll input, I get nothing. Okay, so that's not working. Pitch controller on my Warthog, nothing. Throttle controller, nothing. Okay. Third slider on my controller, nothing. Trigger button. Hey. Okay, that's firing a slow cannon. Don't know what that was. Okay, that's my flare button, which is normally my bomb drop button. Okay, so now there's no track IR response at all. So track IR is not working. It was working previously, but it's not working anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to try and assign an engine. Engine's already on. I'm going to try and assign a throttle and a roll. Okay, options. So controls input. I don't want inversion settings. Joystick. That's weird. No, I don't want inversion settings. I just want... Okay. Throttle up, down. Throttle up, down. Should be this one. No, why won't it? Throttle up. Wait. Throttle up, down. What? No, what the fuck? Key bindings. Right, key bindings. Joystick, HOTAS. Joystick, HOTAS. Advanced. Flight control. Flight movement. Pitch up. Pitch. Where's roll? Okay, where's roll? Cut. Here we go. Roll. Roll needs to be that. Oh shit. No, that one. No, that one. X. Throttle. Throttle is that one. Okay, now how do I save this? I don't need to save. I just go back. Okay. Okay, now I press escape because there's no resume button. Okay, so throttle. Okay, throttle works. Roll works. Okay, so let's have a look. Rate of roll is high compared to what I'm used to with flight sims. That's faster than what you get from a 109. Much, much quicker than RAF fighters, big wing. So it roll. So I got to get used to the view changing quickly. Throttle response is good. Pitch is also significantly faster than anything I would experience in an atmospheric game with, let's say, a Second World War fighter. Okay, so everything happens a lot faster. Rudder response also very quick. There's a nice lagginess to it. Okay, so in terms of controls, this game is controllable and quite pleasant. It does feel like I'm on rails. It feels like there's not much momentum, but I suspect that's because there's all these automated systems which correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick the rudder to the left. Now this is interesting because in a atmospheric condition, I would expect the aircraft to change its heading, but then continue sliding to the left as its momentum carried it around to the left. Because the velocity now is pointing straight towards that asteroid in front of me. Actually, let's go for this one here, right? My velocity is currently pointing towards this asteroid. Okay, so I just had to quit to desktop then, but it's come back in, so that's a bit annoying. Okay, so my velocity is heading towards this asteroid now. In an atmospheric condition, I would expect to use the right rudder, and I would still be heading towards that asteroid over there a little bit until my velocity corrected. But I get the feeling that as soon as I change my heading, then I've changed all of my velocity. So let's do it. Let's see if I can. Okay, turn now. Yeah. That's quite strange. That I would expect would apply massive G-forces to the pilot. What? Okay, let's see if I can get this. Anyway, very, very basic flight controls. I'm happy. The sound is really nice. The atmospheric sound inside the cockpit, the engine sounds great. It's got this nice mechanical tone and this lovely kind of rocking jet sound. Very pleasant. Sound-wise, good. What I don't like is at all is this voice in cockpit. I really hate it. Options, audio. The ship's computer is disgusting. I hate it when robots talk to me. But that's because I come from this Second World War flight sim environment where there are no robots talking. It's all real humans, and I just find it invasive when robots... Okay, let's look at the HUD. I would say there's too much going on here for my liking. I would shrink this... Oh, wow, I can use the mouse as well. Ah, so for super accurate... Ah, that's the gun sight. Okay, so you can use the mouse for precision flying. This gives you your high rates of turn, and then you can... Okay, that's interesting. That's a very interesting feature that I would never have had from a Second World War fighter. The HUD is too big. I don't like the HUD. I would say that nearly a third to a half of the screen is occupied by HUD. I'd reduce the size of all of the HUD elements if I could, if there was the option to do so, so that they occupied about 10% of the screen. HUD information for me needs to be as limited as possible. Cockpit looks okay. Unfortunately, there's no track IR, so I can't look around. But the actual cockpit itself, it looks alright. It's pretty bland. But with the HUD, I guess you don't really need cockpit instrumentation because your instruments are projected onto your helmet. Graphics. Let's have a quick look at the graphics. I mean, these textures look fine. I got no issue with how the game looks. I did a quick walk around the interior cells yesterday on my other video. Oh, there we go. There's that. Ah, okay. There's the sliding action. Okay, that's really interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly full throttle towards this, and then I'm going to pull up and throttle back. And you can see I'm still falling. Okay, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. They have got that right. You've got this lovely, when you throttle back, you still get the sliding. Okay, good. So, because... Oh, that's really, really smart. Okay, my reservations about the momentum modeling have just been allayed, because if you've got the throttle on, it will shift the momentum, but if you throttle back... Oh, though not with the rudder. Oh, that's weird. It does work with the pitch. Okay, but not the rudder. Oh, look at that! Falling, kind of. Great. Graphics-wise, lovely. Texturing's fine. I wouldn't expect any more detail than this from a cockpit view, considering how much shit is clearly being generated by the graphics engine here. Hundreds of meteors or asteroids or whatever they are. Lovely light flaring from the sun, glow from the planet. Very tidy. So I would say overall, just this kind of free experience of rolling around here is quite pleasant. And I feel as though this game will have shitloads of potential for people who just want to fly around and look at stuff. And in some respects, I'm one of those kinds of players. I love open world RPGs, and I love, even in the flight sims I play, I love just flying around and looking at stuff. And I think this game is going to deliver. I have played... Oh, that's cool. That's throttling back after... Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go into a... what we might call an elevator-induced loop. So let's go into a loop on the elevator axis. And then I'm going to pull the throttle back now and release the controls. And so the aircraft is just, let's say, falling down through the Z-axis. That's really nice. Okay, so my second, let's say my second impression of this game. And so far I haven't had a crash to a disconnection or anything. My second impression is, this in-cockpit impression is very nice. It's smooth, there's no frame rate loss. I must be running 60 at least FPS here. It's smooth as anything. It looks good. Yeah, okay, so I would say, as far as this kind of in-flight module is, big thumbs up. Very nicely done. Certainly this is making me excited. I'm going to go and hopefully check out the landside walking around kind of thing soon, which may test my frames, my graphics card a bit more. But certainly in the space environment, without other ships around, very, very nice indeed. Well done. Enjoying it. I'll be back.